A very good day to you. My name is Howard Feldman, and this is the Synthesis podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about a very interesting subject, which is Synthesis's move to Mauritius. Although the company has been operating in Mauritius for some time, it is now embarking on a new journey, and that is to establish a more permanent position on the island. Joining us to discuss this is Mauritius's Tjaard du Plessis. He's head of digital and emerging technologies, as well as Alexandra Bechard from Mauritius, from BYRD Capital. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome.
That's it. Good, Howard.
All right. So Tjaard, let's just start with you. What has Synthesis's involvement been in Mauritius to date? What types of projects?
Yeah, thanks, Howard. So we actually started a while ago, almost a decade ago now. I think it was in 2012 when we got engaged with Investec Mauritius. And we built their internet banking platform, which was a very exciting project for us. And, like I said, we've been there for about 8 years. We built all sorts of revisions for the whole corporate banking platform. But it was only in about 2017 that we really started engaging with Mauritius. I think we thought, let's get into a few conversations there and see what kind of opportunities there are. And we started two in 2017. One was with a company called SimFinance, which is very well known on the island. And we built a whole merchant tablet portal, really, trying to eliminate, all the paper forms from applying for credit and trying to speed up that credit assessment process. So we built that for them. Another thing that we built was with a small asset management company called Confident Asset Management. And we helped them to eliminate like a very manual paper-based process and built the whole online portal that helps them do their reporting to their customers. So 2017 was really a big year with the start of a lot of projects for us, and we visited the island a lot. And I think now in 2020, last year, we also got a new customer called Fraser, and not much I can say about that, but perhaps just, watch this space.
Awesome. And of course, last year, Synthesis was looking already at moving over. 2020 decided to change everybody's plans, the whole world's plans. But hopefully 2021 will allow the company to move forward. Alex, give us a bit of your background.
Okay, thanks, Howard. I'm Alex, Mauritian. Basically, with a bit of I spent a little while in South Africa studying, and then I came back here. In fact, when Synthesis was working on the Investec project, I was in the team. I was working at Investec at the time, so I was following the development from a distance and testing the different rollouts of the different of the internet banking platform at the time. So I've known Synthesis for quite a while through Investec, and after Investec, I spent a few years in a South African Mauritian company doing credit. And after that, I launched with two co-founders the first local crowd lending marketplace called Fundkiss, which is the only one in Mauritius at the moment. So this is going well. I'm not operational in there. I've got my co-founders running the business, and since about 2 years. I went on my own, I launched BYRD Capital, and here I am talking to you guys and trying to put the foundation for Synthesis in Mauritius, like physically.
What's it like on the island at the moment with regard to COVID? Is it business as usual? Is there nervousness? What is the current position?
Okay, no, it's definitely not business as usual. We have, as you might know, we as a country we are very dependent on tourism, but not only hotels. There's a lot of companies that work with hotels, whether it is I don't know, the food supply, FMCG, all the contracting business. And at the moment, no, it's definitely not business as usual. But we are COVID-free. We've been COVID-free since April last year. Since April last year, we closed our borders, and this resulted in the economy shrinking by nearly 20%. So the economy is definitely not business as usual, but we see. I am bullish on the way forward. I think people have realized that we will have to live with it, COVID, and carry on and move on and do our thing and carry on doing business.
Absolutely. Tjaard, if I can just ask you, what is the dream for Synthesis in Mauritius?
Yeah, the dream. That's a good question. So I think looking way forward, we'd love to have a local presence on the island. We'd love to develop some local talent there and use the talent that's already there to be able to serve Mauritius from a local physical hub, right? I think we saw a lot of talent there and a lot of opportunity, but it's also very different to South Africa. So we've realized that we can help a lot from South Africa, but probably to take the value to its fullest, we need to be on the island with a local presence. And that really is the dream. It's a dream that we've had for a while, and obviously COVID slowed it down a little bit. But we said, maybe we can start already, even though we can't have people flying over from here helping to establish. And I think that was one of the main reasons we reached out to Alex and said, maybe we can start with a bit of a partnership. It's not something new to us anyway. We've been working with partners for a while there. So yeah, the dream is to go big and invest heavily in Mauritius.
What's interesting is the one thing COVID has done is also taught us the world that we can work remotely. You obviously need a presence and you need to be able to look somebody in the eye. But the reality is that a lot of the work can take place away from where it's happening. Alex, do you want to just talk to the infrastructure around on the island?
We must say that we are trailing. Definitely trailing South Africa in terms of development, in terms of digitalization of businesses. And we felt that pain when we launched Fundkiss, because at the time, there was no legislation for this type of business in terms called crowd lending. Only banks at the time could lend to individuals or businesses. And it was kind of a big challenge to work with the authorities to set up a proper legislation to make this possible. So, I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, and authorities I've seen that, I've understood, but we need to be present in this digital space, and there's this wish to make Mauritius like a technological hub for Africa. And the authorities have launched the Mauritius Africa FinTech Hub, which Fundkiss forms part of, is a member of. So in terms of strategy, it's aligned. The authorities have aligned a blueprint to progress digitally as a country, and companies as well. We with the COVID now, we see that a lot of these big businesses that were working traditionally like paper with lots of papers and stuff. They have a necessity now to move to a digital space.
Tjaard, where do you think the main focus should be lying on as Synthesis moves forward to get involved more heavily on the island?
Yeah, that's an interesting question in technology sometimes, Howard, because when you catch up, when you're a little bit behind and you're trying to catch up, I think technology allows you to take a few shortcuts. So what's great is I don't think Mauritius will have to go the same journey now in South Africa, you know.
Because you don't need to be bound by legacy systems, really.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you build a bit of technical depth for you by going through a lot of phases. And I think a lot of Mauritius businesses can maybe escape that, you know, that technical depth, legacy systems and so forth, and learn maybe from South Africa, you know, who's gone through that journey a little bit already. So for me, a big gap is to literally just look at what is the latest and greatest right now. For example, a lot of banks in South Africa are moving to the cloud and have been moving a lot of things to the cloud. And then I have to migrate a lot of these systems onto the cloud. And especially for these systems that we've built already for Mauritius, we can build cloud natively, which really takes a lot of the pain out of the way. You don't have to try and migrate a system that's not fit for purpose on the cloud. You can build and start building on the cloud completely native, which means you take advantage of a whole lot of those, you know, cloud promises like pay for use and scalability. So I think cloud is a huge opportunity. And just like Alex said in Mauritius, you know, the regulator's probably not there yet, and you need someone to start pushing it. And I love what he has done with Fundkiss and pushing that whole crowdsourcing. I think that's exactly the model that we like. You know, can we push the technology? Can we push and help the regulator so that they can start understanding the cloud and we can take businesses forward? And that's one of the reasons the partnership works so well, is we both like to do that. So cloud's definitely one. I think the normal digital channels, which is web at the moment, is another place where Mauritius can leap forward. You know, at the moment, web is definitely something you need to have, a web channel. But they can maybe bypass the whole app stage where banks and everyone in South Africa had to build mobile apps, which is a bit painful to build, and going through an app store. And the latest and greatest is something like progressive web apps, where you don't need an app store anymore. It's really just a website that acts like a web page. You know, you talk about things like chatbots. The whole we went through the whole WhatsApp phase here, building all sorts of WhatsApp apps. Maybe Telegram is now the new thing, and it has a lot of other features you can use. So maybe they can bypass that as well. So when you talk about digital channels, there's all sorts of new ways to build those these days. These progressive web apps, mobile chatbots. So I think, in a sense, it's the same things that we're targeting in South Africa and in the world, but with the advantage that you can maybe leap it and you can say, let's avoid all of these pitfalls that we've seen.
It's a less crowded canvas, really. You could actually paint whatever you want, because the canvas you're not bound by so much of what is already there.
Exactly. And that's why it's strange in technology. Like sometimes being a bit behind and being able to leap can make you go faster. It's a very weird space. And that's what I think Mauritius can do.
Very, very exciting. So hopefully you'll be able to get over there soon as well. I've got no doubt that a great.
You spend 2 weeks in quarantine in a 5-star resort on the beach, so it's not too bad.
I could think of worse things, definitely. I could definitely think of worse punishment, but it is tremendously exciting. Synthesis making a much more active move, having been involved in the island for some time already with technology development, taking an active move to solidify the relationship and to solidify the presence on the island. There's no doubt we'll be checking in with this team from time to time. Lots of exciting things and potential ahead. We look forward to following this story. I'm Howard Feldman, chatting to Tjaard and Alex, talking about Synthesis's move and journey towards Mauritius. Have a great day.